What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome to the Red Light Special Live. I'm your host, Yaminah Legohn. I know y'all missed me last week. I had to, reschedule the show. I had things to do, y'all, okay? We had so much things going on with politics. You know what I mean? We had things going on with Trump and the election. And not only that, I had business to take care of. And I'm pretty sure y'all seen me on my other show. Shout out to my crew on Make Lemonade, y'all, Young Boss Media. But we're here for Red Light Special Live, presented by Arta Legohn. And you know I'm your girl, where we keep it nice and sexy and, of course, luscious. Well, let me get this mood just a little bit nice, okay? I have my little incense. I was looking for a lighter. Hopefully this thing lights, because if it don't light, hey, okay, there we go. Hey, we gotta set the mood, y'all. Gotta get my little smell goods going on. Got my plants in the back. So today I'm not sipping on wine. I'm sipping on tequila today. Oh, I don't even have a chaser. No chaser. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to put a little juice up in there. But yeah, I want to have some little different. I ran out of wine. Oh, any of y'all got a wine, if you're a wine owner, got a winery, you want to sponsor Red Light Special Live, make sure you holla at your girl. Holla at yo girl. So today I have a very special guest. Her name is Betty Rocks, and she is phenomenal. I've known her for a couple of years. She's been doing her thing with the dance and the fashion. You probably bought one of her bathing suits back in the day. And I know you've seen her on commercials, on TV, with different artists and all them things, But before we get into all of that, I just wanted to let y'all know who I got coming on today. Y'all don't forget to vote, okay? We gotta vote. It's October, and we can't be slacking. Y'all can't be slacking, okay? A few things I do want to just bring up, because we didn't get to talk about it last week. So we know Mars is in retrograde, y'all. So what that means is it's not the time to be launching brand new things and trying to launch all these significant, fantastical things. This is the time to slow it down, finish projects that you've been putting on hold and procrastinating, you know what I mean? So take this Mars retrograde, because Mars is in charge of action. So if you feel like you're trying to push something really hard and it's not coming in, that's because it's Mars is retrograde. And then pretty soon, Mercury is going to be going into retrograde too, which means that's where technology and communication and all them things get messed up. So I just want to, warn y'all a little bit what's going on. So if you've been feeling little things in your life, that's what's going on. Plus, we are in Libra season, the season of love, the Libras. But that's okay, because Scorpios are coming up next. And y'all know I was Scorpio. I love being a Scorpio. Mm-hmm. Now, y'all don't even know. I've been in California this whole time. They had the fires and all those kind of things. And so I just been really on my self-care. I really been just tuning into me and doing what I got to do for Yaminah, because Yaminah likes to keep it nice and tight and right. So let me get a little sip more. On my tequila. I hope y'all got a drink. Mine is clear today. Clear. Y'all know I like my red wine. So anyways, without further ado, I want to bring in my guest for today. This phenomenal woman, Betty Rocks. She's a choreographer. She's a professional dancer. She's a fashion designer. She's worked with artists like Burna Boy. Y'all know Burna Boy. Y'all into that Afrobeat. She's been with Rihanna. I've never seen her on stage with Mary J. Blige. I remember that back in the day. I saw her on TV. Well, that wasn't back in the day. Well, that was a couple years ago. I was like, is that Betty? Getting in with the queen of R&B and hip hop. Anyways, without further ado, I want to introduce y'all to my girl, Betty Rods. What's
Hey, what's up?
good? Hey, girl. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Today has been one of them days, if I could just be real. But I made it here. I'm here. I didn't cancel on you.
Girl, you look fabulous. I'm just happy to have you here. You look fabulous in your red. You got that unk on, pretty smile. That chocolate latte is gleaming. How you
Thank you.
been feeling though? How's everything going with you?
Everything has been day by day.
Mhm.
I coming through a year of healing and
Mhm.
just trying to maintain the sanity that I created in that healing process. Because
Mm.
getting back into work sometimes and got back into this industry can get chaotic, and I still want to have that peace that I created for
Yeah,
throughout my process.
that
So
that piece, yeah, that piece is important. The older we get, it's like, when you're younger in the industry, you just want to get it. You just want to get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. You want to be at all the auditions. You want to be at all the parties. You want to put out your video. You want to do this and do that. But then after you've been in the game for a while, it's like I'm through with the rat race. I'm just gonna create and do what I gotta do. And so since this COVID time, it definitely has been a sad and horrible time. A lot of people have lost their lives, but I've been taking this time to like really just, be on my self-care and peace, because once the doors like really open up and people are like, I can come out again, that
well,
energy right there, child. Oh, cheers. What you sipping on, girl?
just a little sangria.
Little sangria. I like
This thing
the sangria. Yes. So
in the
Miss
Caribbean called sorrel, so the sorrel mixed with wine.
Oh, Sorrel mixed with wine. That stuff is good, y'all. Y'all ain't even know. Yes. So we know our girl Betty Ross. She's a professional dancer. She's a choreographer, instructor, and you're also a fashion designer. So what I want to first start with is, where are you from, and how did you start with the industry? How did you get into the industry?
Okay, I'm originally from Belize in Central America. I
Mm-hmm.
got from Belize. My grandparents are both Belizean Jamaican mix. Well, they combined our family, so we're now a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
But I basically moved to Los Angeles at the age of 4, relocated here with my mom. She had an opportunity to life here, and she took that opportunity, and we've been here ever since in LA. So basically, I'm like a LA girl, but still got my Caribbean roots. Um, so I started in this industry at the age of 17. My I was on the cheer squad in high school, and we were asked to audition for a urban Burger King commercial,
Mm-hmm.
and they were highlighting different things in the urban community, like the football teams, the cheerleaders, the blah blah blah.
Right.
So auditioned, and we were chosen for that commercial. That was the first time that I ever knew anything about how far I could go as a dancer, because I've been dancing all my life, training
Right.
life. But I actually had gained an agent through that opportunity, which then led me to not only do that national Burger King commercial, but to also start going on auditions and doing more things in the industry. So I was literally about 17 when that happened, and I haven't stopped since. Just been
Mm-hmm.
going, make it happen.
Yeah, you definitely have been making it happen, because you've been working with so many different artists. And I know I just list three, but what has been your most memorable experience, and with which artists in this industry?
Memorable experience. I've worked with so many different people, but I feel like the Mary J. Blige tribute that you brought up, that was about 2 years ago, the BET Award
Yeah.
gave tribute. And we were able to take it all the way back from Real Love and all the way throughout her music throughout the years. So I thought that was very amazing. I had never been a part of something that was that meaningful to the artist. So
Mhm.
I just was really excited to be a part of that journey and putting together the show, the process, being on stage with her. So that has been one of my memorable moments, I would have to say.
Yes, I mean, I was watching it and I saw you. I was like, hold up. I know her. I know the mouth. Like, I know when you're dancing, like, can you do your thing? Like, I was like, that look like Betty right there. And then you post out, okay, yes, you was getting it, girl. Like, you've been getting it for a while. It's so interesting that both of us being, raised in LA, that we didn't even really get to connect until like I moved to New York. I wish you would have connected while I was in LA, because at that time, with the whole Afro Caribbean and things like that, I felt alone. And people was not, people didn't get it back then, and now people trying to get it. So that's another thing I want to ask you, like with the mainstream, how do you feel about mainstream highlighting more Black culture? They've highlighted hip hop, we done the dance hall, we done the Latin thing. Now there's the Afro beats, but the Afro beats also has the dance hall influence that some people don't like to mention. But you know what I mean? How do you feel that these different cultures are being highlighted, and how can it benefit us in this industry?
I think that over the years we've had these spurts of time where the industry will say, "Hey, now it's all about dance hall. Now we're inserting reggae. Now we're inserting Afro. Now we're inserting certain parts of the culture." But I do feel like we've always been there. We just have overlooked in a lot of ways. And finally, it's a time in the industry where I think that we're getting all the credit that we deserve, all the jobs that we deserve, all the highlights, and just the things that should have been going on all along. But I feel like things that have really catapulted the industry into saying, okay, yeah, we need to put more time and effort into creating Black TV shows, Black films, Caribbean diaspora, African diaspora, including them somehow in there. So I do feel like we're in a good time in the industry. I think that we just have to take advantage of it because we don't know how long it's going to be here.
That's the thing. We don't, like you said, I started when I was 17 too. And this industry is like a hit or miss. Like, this is popping, then it's not popping. Then it's popping, then it's not popping. And what I try to tell dancers like during this time is like, how can you capitalize on this? Like, okay, you might be dancing with so and so and so and so, but 2 years later you could be dancing with nobody, being on unemployment, food stamps, not having a place to live. So how can you capitalize on your brand while this is hot now? And that's one thing that I love about you, is that you're also a fashion designer, and you have your bathing suits, the Caribbean girls, and different beautiful models in your bathing suits. Like, tell us a little bit more about that. How did you stumble upon that? Or is that something that was always a goal of yours?
So fashion has always been a goal of mine. When I graduated from high school, my mom was like, "What are you doing for college?" And her and my dad, like especially my dad. My dad's a creative, so he's always been open to following and pursuing dance and the things that I love because his family is a family of entertainment and entertainers. So my mom was like, "Yo, what do you want to do?" I said, "I want to do fashion school," and she was just like, "Okay," like. But she knew that I was always cutting up clothes and creating stuff. Like, I made my own. I designed my own prom dress. I was making my homecoming outfits. Like, I would just try to make things at home. Just, I don't know what I was doing, but I don't even want to show y'all them pictures because those are cute. But yeah, basically over the years I was able to develop an idea of what it was that I really loved about fashion. I liked the creation of it. I'm not really trying to be the model, even though a lot of people would ask me to be like some kind of like brand ambassadors for some of their stuff. Like, that wasn't really my thing. I really truly just enjoy designing and creating. So in 2014 I told myself, you know what, take some of this money that you're getting from this industry and invest it into the fashion because you can't dance forever, so you need to have something else. And that's when I created Caribbean Girls, because I've always wanted to represent the women of the Caribbean and also try to like create things that we could say is ours. Because like I've walked into Forever 21 and I'll see shirts that say Jamaica, and I'm just like,
That's all
like,
they know. Like,
but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I know that a Caribbean person didn't create that. That was an American designer or idea that they put on and put it into Forever 21. So I'm like, we don't have that many things that represent us that are by us. So
Mm-hmm.
really just my thought when I created Caribbean Girls is just to continue to put out my ideas that I have for the women of culture. And one by one, hopefully it'll make its way across the country. And I was really surprised at the response that I got, because I literally had like so many people wearing my stuff in music videos. And obviously I'm in the industry. So people were like, oh, I need that for a video, or I need this for a shoot, or I need this for something. So
Right.
that helped a lot, being connected in that way. So I'm really just happy to just keep doing it. And now I just got back into relaunching it because I had let it kind of chill for a little bit while I was getting some things going with
Right.
my healing process.
Right.
Dance got, I was like, let me
Right.
just
Right.
break from it for a little bit.
Right. Well, speaking of your break, I know it's been a year. You got in a really bad, well, you weren't in, it wasn't your fault, but you had got into a situation where you were hurt really bad. And I don't even like to say got in a situation, because you were minding your own business. You know what I mean? But something happened to you where there was an accident and you weren't able to walk. I know that you broke your ankles, and you was in the hospital for a while. And like, to see you here standing strong, like in a year, like, wow. So tell us a little bit about that.
So the accident happened when I was walking to the beauty supply one day. And obviously, us being from LA, I was on Crenshaw Boulevard. You know how Crenshaw can be really crazy, hot, everybody flying up and down the street. Basically, someone hit the car that hit me. So that car was pushed onto the sidewalk where I was just walking and minding my own business. And that's how I ended up getting, struck by that truck. It was actually like a GNC truck.
Mm,
So um, it definitely has been a life-changing experience for me. I was rushed to the hospital. I went through 2 surgeries,
mm,
um, only to, pretty much end up heal for months from 2 ankles being broken, broken ribs. This wrist was broken.
mm.
Just head injury. It was a couple different things that I was dealing with throughout the time,
Yeah.
and so it was months of recovery. I had to learn to walk again because I literally hadn't used my ankles for almost 3 months before I was able to actually stand up again and like
Mhm.
take steps and get to it.
Right.
So yeah, it was interesting.
I know that
It's
must
been a
have,
journey.
yeah, I know that must have affected you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all of that. And I saw that you're dancing again. And how's that process been? What was your number one motivation to get you moving again?
Um, the motivation for me moving again was actually me. I
Mm,
wanted really, really overcome this. From the beginning, I said to myself, I don't care how my ankles end up healing. I'm going to push myself to the limit to make sure that I can not only do what I was doing before, but that I'm stronger than before.
mhm,
So honestly, I did a lot of meditation, prayer, journaling through this process. I grew so much in this process because it allowed me to sit back and actually analyze what was going on in my life and
mm,
how so quickly. Because I in this industry we get lost. We get so lost in like work and goals and trying to be the, what's next. Like it's
mhm,
just a process that you just have to understand can really keep you in a space of losing yourself in a sense.
mhm,
And I wasn't spending enough time for me. I wasn't incorporating the self that I'm
mm,
incorporating now.
mm,
That really, really took away from where I probably could have done better in certain areas of the industry. I was just so focused on what's next, and not really pushing myself to be my best in this one situation, this one part of the industry. So it just taught me a lot, and I feel like I've grown so much. And now the way that I'm looking at things and getting back to dancing is taking it a step at a time, and not feeling like I need to try to prove anything to anybody, or that I need to try to
right.
be any specific place by any specific age. I'm
Yeah.
just like, look, God got control of this journey. At the end of the day, He's the reason I'm still here. So I'm just gonna let Him lead from here on out and not be so pressed about trying to be into certain situation, like be in certain doors or work with certain people. Or, I mean, that's part of our industry. Like we want to excel in it, and sometimes we don't realize that we're pushing ourselves way too much.
Right. Yeah, definitely as dancers, because we're just the icing on the cake in the industry. Like they don't understand that it's years and years of training and knowledge
Right.
and ups and downs and body aches and all of that. And so that's why I commend you for keep pushing forward after that accident, because you could have went a totally different way. And I don't, I like to say that we're strong, but I kind of getting tired of the whole strong black woman thing, because I feel like in society, like with black women having babies or going to the doctor, is always like, oh, she's strong, so she can take it. You know
Right.
what I mean? And so it's like, yeah, I may be strong, but no, I don't want to take that shit. You know what I mean? I feel pain. I feel sadness. I got to heal. So I
Right.
love that you've been saying healing, because that's what we need to hear more, that we're healing, because we're not always okay. And there's always other things that happen that we put on a smile and we look cute and everything, but the struggle is real.
Yep.
And so that
Day
leads
by
me to
day,
what you
by day.
saying? Yeah.
It's a struggle when it comes to just being a woman on a daily basis. Like we have so many different emotions that we endure throughout the day that
Mhm.
have absolutely nothing to do sometimes with our career. Sometimes it's I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you know what I'm saying? Like there's just so many things to think about, and we have to pull ourselves together a lot.
Yes, most definitely. So what has been your major challenge as a black woman in the industry and trying to get ahead? Meaning like, when you meet guys and then they might get the wrong impression, you like, I just want to work. You know what I mean? That doesn't stop hollering at me. I know you get catcalled because you're a pretty lady, you're a beautiful woman, and I'm pretty sure you've had situations. We all have. So, I want to know, my challenge is people taking me seriously, because people always think that I'm younger than what I am. So they deal with me like I'm a kid. You know what I mean? It's sometimes I gotta get get in that ass and let them know. You know what I mean? So that's the shortness of it. But when they turn around and see that ass, they be like, okay, she grown. You know what I mean? So what has been some of your challenges as a black woman in this industry?
Um, I think the challenges are exactly what you said. We're looked at as sex symbols and we're dancers, so we're looked at as extremely sexy because there are things that we can do with our bodies that maybe they're not going to see an actress or a model do or whatever the case may be. And
Mhm.
it does take away from the workspace sometimes. But what I have will say about myself is that I have built a level of respect with some of the artists that I work with, because I went from when I saw that there was a hole in the industry here in LA where a lot of the artists were coming here but they weren't getting the cultural dancers. I started to make connections with the directors and the producers of some of these music videos and saying, look, let me handle your casting for you. Let me help you get authentic dancers that actually fit the culture of the artists that you're working with. And so I've been blessed, and that's how I've had a chance to work with some of the Whiz Kids and the Runtowns and the Flavors and the the Beanie Mans and the Mr. Vegases. When they come to LA, I had built a name for myself to where I was called in to cast a lot of those videos.
Mhm.
And with that said, I gained a different kind of respect of just being a dancer on set or a girl that came to do the video. And I'm not saying that they should be looking at us like that in the first place. They should
Right.
still the level of respect that we deserve. But I also added on to that, and I gained set up a certain level of respect for the dancers and the models that I hire. I'm like, they come in here to work, and I tell them this before they get here: y'all come here to work.
Mhm.
Y'all doing after y'all leave the set, that's your business. But you coming here to work. So if you ever on a set that I'm working on, you'll see the models and the dancers doing exactly what they came there to do. And what
Mhm.
they do when they leave, that's their business. But I always try to build a level of respect with the artists within my contracts and with the
Mhm.
models and dancers, so everybody is on the same page.
Right. I think that's important to say because that professionalism it goes a long way. And Black women are the leading entrepreneurs, business women in the United States, period, and in the world. Because there's a lot of Black women in different countries that's doing their thing. And I'm glad that you said that. Like once you connected with the directors and said, or the producers and say, "Look, I can help you on this end." That definitely puts you on a different level. I know, and I can relate to that because I feel that once I started producing, directing, that's when the respect was changed. It was like, hold up, let me not come at her like that because she paying motherfuckers.
Right.
One thing when you coming in to dance. What's another thing when you paying motherfuckers? Okay.
Yep,
And
it's writing the check.
right, right. You know what I mean? And if something don't go right, I will tell everybody we got to go because everybody else is on contract. You know what I mean? And
Everybody knows how I roll. Like people know how I roll. When I call them for a job, they don't question nothing because they know they're gonna show up. They're gonna do their job. They're gonna have food. They're gonna have water. They're gonna have a safe space. They're gonna leave there with their money. You know what I'm saying? Like I
mhm,
just a whole system of how I do things, and it's just that level of respect. And I think it's my Caribbean background too, because we don't take no shit. And it's like, look, I know that y'all might be able to get away with, oh, I'm gonna pay you to somebody. That's not how we gonna do that around here.
nah,
Okay,
nah,
that's
nah.
the time before I even step foot on set. How about that?
Like, I feel you with that Caribbean vibe and that attitude. You know, I'm American and part of my family is Creole. However, I was raised around a lot of Guyanese, people from Guyana, Jamaica. So I feel like having that them southern mamas and aunties. Did I leave you? Oh, there we go. The southern mamas and my West Indian family too. Having
Mm-hmm.
both of those is like different things be coming out. So I definitely understand. You know,
You don't play with nothing. Okay.
no, no. My stepmother did not play with the bathroom. She said, "What going on? You need to clean the bathroom." You know, so I apply that to my life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely love that you've been sticking to the course, staying in your lane, doing what you're doing, influencing, motivating, putting other people on, being a boss. Cause that's to see. And there's other Black women that's been holding it down. Cause that's another thing in the industry. Like they'll pick like their favorite Black girls, like the ones that's been around, and that's cool. They got their shit. But there's plenty of us that's been doing it for a while too. So I'm happy that you've been staying the course and you've been representing and doing what you do. And so, how has COVID affected you overall? How have you been able to overcome this in your own kind of way?
So my accident happened in September of last year, and I was healing up until basically February was when I finally was able to go to the gym again and like start slowly getting my strength back up. And then of course COVID, the shutdown started happening in February and March. So for me, it was just when I was ready to just go again was
Mm-hmm.
when it you got to sit down a little bit longer. And I felt like I needed it. I needed to go ahead and take a break. Um, but I also, and it gave me some time to strategize too about what the next steps were going to be for me and how I wanted to do things differently this time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I will say that, like, now that I'm like really, really get back in, it's hard. I mean, the industry is completely different there, especially for dancers. We're losing a lot of our dance studios. We don't have auditions anymore, and if we do, they're self-tape, and if not, it's all like direct call. So, like if a director or an artist or a choreographer reaches out, then you get booked. But if not, you're doing nothing because you to go audition and show face. So
Right.
it's slow and it's really up and down, and it kind of brought me to really pushing the clothing line again and just starting to be more apparent about what it is that I want to do in this industry, because dance is obviously not the only thing that I want to be a part of. So it's just allowing myself out there a little bit more, and it takes time, but yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing what you have cooking up, girl, because I know you've been strategizing and getting your things together. So that leads me to my next thing. What's your sign, girl? What's your sign?
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh,
Lord, what you got to say?
I know about y'all. Okay, so like they say in business that Scorpio and Capricorns are at the top of the list of getting their shit done.
These are, I got to say, these are facts. We ain't playing with this.
We don't play. I think with the difference with Capricorn and Scorpios, because I'm a water sign, Scorpios are water signs, and Capricorns are earth sign. Yeah. So we deal with things more intuitively and with our feelings, and we like, wait, this don't feel right.
Yeah.
Y'all are more like logic, and I need the facts, and I need the this, and this got to be like this. You know what I mean? So it's like we both have like the same morals, but we get there a different kind of way, but we still get there. You know what I mean? And things are very similar. And I always love talking to I have Capricorn friends, so I love bouncing my ideas with them. We're both good with numbers. I think Capricorns are real good with the numbers, like figuring out that math at the top of their head, like that part. And Capricorns are hella crazy. So like y'all cray. Y'all got y'all emotional shit too. But y'all on the outside, y'all keep that shit together. And people be like, how did they do that? Because Capricorns work so hard. So my rising is Capricorn. Okay. So yeah, I'm a Scorpio sun, I'm a Leo moon, and I'm a Capricorn rising. Wow. I got So since you're a Capricorn, who do you feel that you're most compatible with?
Oh Lord, that question is, I don't know, because I can tell you who keep coming for me. These Leos won't leave me alone. But I know that we're compatible, honestly. I feel like we have some things that work, but there's some things that don't work.
Yeah.
I mean, I look at Michelle and Obama, I'm like, because they're Capricorn Leo. And I'm just like, okay, that's a very unique situation. Like, that's not everybody, Right.
But them deals.
Honestly, dating has been it's been interesting because after coming out of my accident, I felt like the men kind of took a step back instead of a time up, like the guys that I was either hanging out with, dating, kicking it with, whatever. I didn't have any specific guy that I was like with. So but I did feel like there was a lot of guys that kind of like stepped back in the shadows and didn't really know what to say in that time, maybe. And for me, that was a sign of weakness. So I was like, Capricorns, we got a way of cutting people right on off. So it was like, moving y'all to the side because you can't handle it. I feel like if you can't handle a situation where I need to step up, then you can't handle the type of things that are going to happen throughout a marriage and a relationship. So I just let them all go and or just stop talking to them and not really giving them too much fever. And so now I'm in a whole new dating season where I'm like trying to take a different approach with how I, meet men. And obviously we didn't have to go on to online dating sometimes.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Are you into that?
I've been trying it out, girl, but child, I don't know if it's for me. I will tell you that right now. I don't know. I don't have time to be texting. This is the thing. I don't have time to be texting nobody all day. I got things to do. So if you talk to me, this might be the Capricorn in me, but let's set up a time to talk. Put me on your calendar. I'll put you on my calendar.
Right.
Let's go from there. But I can't be sitting here texting you all day long on an app. It's just annoying and I can't do it.
Girl, I totally understand. I get it because I feel the same way. People were trying to get me on that online dating, and I was like, it reminded me of like when MySpace was hot, and people were trying to date on my.
Oh boy, what happened? There we go.
There you go. But
well, we had all planets and stuff. I'm not trying to do all that.
So you're keeping it chill, but you're open. You're still open to you meeting somebody. Just no Leos.
don't want to say no Leos because there's some Leos in the midst right now.
Okay. We don't want to mess up your steeds, girl. We don't want to mess up your steeds. So I'm happy to hear that you're on your business, and then you're dating, because we all need to have a little thing to scratch that itch.
These are facts, girl. These are facts.
We talk about the wop. I'm like, we gotta keep that wop going, girl, so our minds will be all right, girl. If you ain't getting nothing at all, that could be a little challenge. So my last question for you, we have Poom Health.
Yes, ma'am.
So we like to give our audience, our ladies, anyone with a vagina, a little information on how to keep it ever fresh, ever clean. So what would you like to tell us how you keep the poom right and tight?
Well, I mean, growing up, I had like things that like my mom and family would be like, look, this is what you need to do. And it's all like herbal stuff. It's not even nothing like extreme. It's like, get your water, get your little bit of lemon juice, and shake that up, put a little bit of what is it called? Oh Lord, why did I draw a blank on what I'm putting in my pum? But washing it with it. Tea tree oil. So a tea tree oil juice and some warm water. Shake that up in your little squeegee bottle, and you make sure that it's fresh down there. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it. That's all. I'm used to the natural stuff. I don't know what these other people be using, but
okay. So you said some lemon water, put some tea tree oil, shake that up, and you drink it, or you?
No. This is what you're washing with down there.
Mm.
For me, I don't know about other women, but I can't put a whole bunch of scented Victoria's Secret and none of that down there. It's just not happening. Okay, so take that for the upper body, and then down there we want to go natural.
Yes.
Nice and fresh.
Yes, I'm all about the natural stuff, girl. This is one that I want to support. Honey Pot is a Black-owned
I use their pads and all that because I love the natural scent. And I don't know if you've experienced this, but Honey Pot pads, it like infuses a little something into your pum when you wear them.
Oh, I haven't tried the pads yet, so I'm glad you're telling me this.
I'm not a tampon person because I was told by a health director that tampons block the blockage that needs to naturally happen. So unless I really have to wear them on I don't wear them. So I had to find some comfortable ones that were like fresh. And the Honey Pot has like these different flavors like mint and something. But girl, when you put them on, they like infuse throughout the day like some little like, minty flavors into your pum. And I was like, okay, Honey Pot.
Okay. I like to hear that, because you know what? The older I get, the less I wear tampons too. I feel like I wore tampons, especially in the beginning of my career. You know what I mean? And I was a personal trainer, so I would have my wipes and the change. And then after a while, I was just like, I would read different stuff about it. And then I was like, I prefer to just wear a pad. I feel like that's healthier. But if I got to do something where I got to wear a thong and I got to, do what I got to do, then I'll put on the tampon and cut the string and do what I got to do. You know what I mean? But on the regular, it is healthier for your vagina, I feel, to not wear tampons. So, and I'm happy to hear you on that Honey Pot. I'm trying their sensitive wash, and it's been cool. You know what I mean? And so, like, what are you saying?
I'm sure that's good too.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And I'm the oldest of 4 girls, so they always asking me questions and things like that. You know what I mean? Because they think I know everything. Because they be like, "Girl, you be twerking, you be doing the burlesque, so I guess you would know all the answers." And so, I just like, since our young girls are talking about the WAP and the poom, we gotta also let them know that this is how you take care of it, girl, to keep it right.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Before you open it up.
Exactly. And to get your little yoni steam on there. Yes. Well, thank you so much, Betty, for coming through. I want everybody to know they can follow you on IG, Betty Rocks. We got your website, bettyrocks.com. If you're interested in dance classes, choreography, casting, and fashion, you can holler at her because these are the services that she provides. She's professional. She take care of her shit. And she's also very creative. Isn't that a whole package? That's a whole package.
Thank
you. Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming through, girl. I appreciate you. You're lovely. You're beautiful. I want you to keep doing what you're doing, girl. You're inspiring. And you know I support you, girl.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Yes, girl. I see you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. Y'all saw it here. We have her information here at the bottom. Holler at Betty Rocks if you want to get you some nice Caribbean, some soca, some dancehall, some Afro beats, all of that, all them things, okay? And, you know, get you a nice bathing suit. Take a picture in it. Well, thank y'all so much for coming through. I will be back next week. You know where to find your girl, Yaminah Legohn. We're here every Thursday at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. See you later. Ciao.